podcast. I'm sorry.
Oh man, this last story, man, which is super. Me and Don had a whole 30-minute conversation about this earlier today. Is the Jerrod Carmichael reality show. And this particular scene, we can talk about the show as a whole. I mean, not the show. There's only one episode that's come out. It's on HBO Max, or Max now, as they want to call it. But it's this conversation or relationship between Jerrod Carmichael and Tyler, the creator.
Mm-hmm.
It was very uncomfortable. And it's not because it's two brothers and they may be gay, bisexual, etc. on the spectrum. I mean, on the spectrum like they have an issue, but
they know that. We didn't know we're talking the sex spectrum. They know
yeah. But it was just like, man, it made me feel uncomfortable because I've been there before. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, she ain't hit me back in like 5 days. Word. But see, maybe in my ego it'd be like, that's what we doing. Okay, cool. Bet that up. You know what I'm saying? Like, bet that up. We ain't spending no goddamn block either. I'm gonna act like I don't know you and shit. You want to play this game out? And if you respond to me, I ain't responding for a month.
Yeah,
that's just me being Aquarius. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think I hella relate to you when you said that, because we've all been in situations where we've had to be now I'm gonna say had to be attempted to be very transparent and vulnerable, and the person on the other end, on the receiving end, does not receive the message. Now, I've been in situations where I've been told that they're not like on the same page, so it's still the rejection, but it's like immediate. Whereas Tyler he said, what do you call him, a stupid bitch? He called him a stupid bitch. Yeah. So like even him.
No, first of all, it was "Ha, you stupid bitch." Like, "Ha, you stupid bitch."
You know. And so as Jerrod is like even telling this in front of like an audience, because like that's part of the layers of this show, this reality show. You can see like it's still like this pit in the bottom of his stomach about it, you know, like that. It makes him like, I can't believe I took this risk and I was hoping that it would be well received and that my friend, regardless of the outcome, would just be honest, and I get met with a "Ha, you stupid bitch," and then that's it. And then when he confronts him about it, Tyler is still very uneasy and uncomfortable, and still never really acknowledges what was said, doesn't give him any sort of resolve, like, I'm not into you like that. I just strictly want to be your friend. And I don't know if it was because the cameras were there. And, you know, he was honest. He's like, you know, yeah, like I miss, you know, like I didn't hit you up for a while because I just didn't know what to like really say. But I did miss you, like, you know, but we friends,
right?
You know. You know, but it was just, I know what that's like to see, like, and you're like, oh my God, like, I'm gonna just say it, I'll say it, like, and I hope that this person is feeling the same way. A lot of the times, the people that are like, I'm gonna be honest, they don't like me back, and I don't know if it is,
but you know what it is. I think it's more of what it is when I've had it where it's already kind of like, if it's anywhere where it's a gray area, they don't like me, because I would know. It's like a weird thing of like, you would know. It would just be a thing like, oh, we kicking it like that. Like, it wouldn't be any question of me. That's when I know you don't like me, if I have a question of it, like, oh,
yeah,
they like me or not.
Yeah, and sometimes, and so if sometimes, like, even if a person likes me and I still operate as normal, I know that I am very flirty, and so I want to make sure that person likes me back. So I still want you to kind of say something to me. Like, I had a homeboy, and I kind of knew that he did, but he never made a move. He was just always a gentleman to me. We would talk on the phone, FaceTime, crack jokes, talk basketball, whatever. But it wasn't until I was like, oh, I'm about to go on a date, where he was freaking livid And I was like, where's this coming from? And I was like, and also I was like, as much as I come to like Arizona, I was like, why didn't you ever say anything to me? Like, we kick it every time I come here. Every time. Like, my sister and my brother-in-law. Like, why don't you say nothing? And so, it was just like one of those things. But I think it was secondhand embarrassment by some of the behaviors that he was portraying, like the whole, when he asked him to go to the Emmys, which I think is really messed up, that it took Tyler 4 days to message him back, 4 or 5 days to say, oh, I'm busy, or I got something going on. I think that was messed up of him to do that. Because even if you didn't acknowledge, like, yeah, you said you sent a voice note saying, hi, you stupid bitch, or whatever, and then I said that to you, his immediate response should have been, unfortunately, I can't go. Because, like, we know our day and age, like, everybody has a phone in their hand. And I think he was just still in that space of, hey, I still really kind of didn't acknowledge him telling me his feelings. So I can't really say, yeah, let me go with you. And you just told me that you was kind of in love with me, that you liked me like that. But he should have told him out the gate a hard no.
Yeah.
But I think the uncomfortableness comes in for the both of us. It's like, we've also been on that side, and it's just like, oh no, like, no. Like, we, that rejection, because it doesn't feel good, male or female. Like, it just doesn't. Everybody wants to be loved. Everybody wants to be desired. So, like, we're not going to front and say that that's not the case. But it was, I think the secondhand embarrassment came from me. It's just like him wanting to be wanted, him going on this dating app, hooking up with random men and doing all this stuff. And I was just like, it shouldn't have to be like that. And you if there's a level of empathy that's there for him, and you're trying to understand what his mind is trying to process, because you also learn, how his mother is showing up, or lack thereof, regarding him coming out the closet, and how that's being handled, or lack thereof being handled.
It felt like he was so lonely too, though. And I don't know if that was purposefully or not, but it felt like he's lonely and just hooking up with, like, to basically to these other men just to pass the time.
You're here for the moment. Yeah. And that's really how it felt. And you get like we have to remember that though these people have status, they have money or whatever, that they're just day-to-day normal human beings like us, right? And so you seeing this portrayed on camera, and seeing him having this inner conflict with himself and the people around him, it is just really, it is heartbreaking. And we're used to him making us laugh and being funny. And, we know that a lot of comics are tortured souls anyway. But my gosh, I was like, it was really good, but it was just like, damn, to be loved. And you made an interesting point earlier, where you were saying that probably because of his age, it has something to do probably with the lack thereof people, like his friends or whatever in his circle that he could probably reach out to, because they're not in the same space as him, because they could be, married in relationships with kids. So it's not like you can call me at any hour of the day to just kick it with you and go out and do all these other things. But it's
support you and just like get your mind away from it, whatever. Yeah, and it's messed up. But the sad part about it, society made him not be able to come out earlier so that he could have that support in a younger age. It's like, it's like if you found out you got a disease that's why it's more lonelier when you're older, because like, man, yeah, I'm gonna go check on symptoms, but it's not the same. And it's how you see people die alone because they have their own life things going on. But you see people get mad support when you get diagnosed with a disease in your 20s. Everybody up at your hospital checking on you and rocking with you. You know what I'm saying? It's the same. And I don't want to compare coming out to disease, but I'm just saying that people get so much stacked on their plates and so much stress of life as you go on farther and farther in life. The more you can unpack younger, the more support you can have.
No, I think that's kind of valid. I can see how you said that. And I think also it's also this is different when you just a black man. And you know, just this how society, you know, because what we have to deal with in our community as a whole, you know, being black, now you gay, you know, and I don't mean like now you gay as a negative thing. I know that came across like, and now you gay, but there's so many layers to it. And, you know, I shared some of my friends' experiences with you, you know, offline, things that they deal with, and we grown, we in our 30s, you know, and just, you know, is it hard enough just to exist as a black person in America, and then you add another layer to it, which shouldn't even exist. Like, this should not be a problem. And you ultimately, you do feel really bad, because damn, like, I can't even talk to my mama about this shit. Where it could be, oh baby, heartbreak is a part of life. You know, I had a friend, you could tell a story where you had a friend that you was interested in, and they, you know, it wasn't, when you tried to make that move, they was like, I'm not interested in you like that. And this is how I bounced back from that. And it led me to your father. You know, so there's a certain level of support that he needs. Like, we have conversations with our parents, you know, sometimes, you know, because they still, you know, our parents from that generation, you only gonna get so much. But where it can help you navigate, and that's what it looks like. That's what he really needs, because it seemed like they were already close until he came out.
Yeah.
And so I think, you know, it's a great thing that he did mention that he's in therapy, because that will help him along the way. But also it is, you know, boundaries. You know, we have to do what makes us comfortable, because, you know, when he was talking to the cousin, it's like, you know, maybe invite your mom to the Emmys with you. And he was like, what? No. Like, because this dilutes the problem. And the problem is that she has a problem with me and my sexuality. She is damn mean to hell. She has said all these things that are very hurtful to me. And at the end of the day, it's like, I'm still your kid. You might not agree with my lifestyle and what I'm doing, but like, this is me.
Right. This me
now and then. And it's just really sad, because he seems very, like you said, very lonely. And they tell you it'd be lonely at the top.
Just uncomfortable, man. It was just uncomfortable, and it's just like, damn, man. Like, it's just like, man, this is a lot going on with this first episode, and
yeah, it's a lot to unpack for sure. It's so many conversations there that need to be had, and you know, I send him, you know, like tons of healing and a lot of self-love, and being able to see that value in yourself, because it kind of felt like he was looking outward instead of looking inward. Once, you know, conversation and Tyler, and I see it from both perspectives. It's like, I want to be vulnerable with you. And I think that with Tyler, his sexuality was a conversation, and then it was no longer a conversation. You know, we just know Tyler. We don't know Tyler not Tyler Chronicles. That's Tyler Chronicles. Because that's my homeboy, Tyler Chronicles is. But like Tyler the Creator, we know him just as an artist. We don't know him to talk about Like, okay, he said he was gay in an article however many years ago, but it's no longer a conversation. So it seems like he doesn't want, this is my music. I'm an artist, and this is what y'all are going to focus on. All that other stuff, that's for me, which is also okay because everything ain't our fucking business. But I think as a friend, and if that is somebody that is your friend, I think you do owe it to him to have a honest conversation, because it's fucked up to leave him. I don't know what to do. And now he is like losing sleep and doing fuck shit over this. Hey y'all, if you like what you see here on Everyone Needs an Aquarius, be sure to hit that button right there. It'll take you to more clips, and be sure to like, subscribe, and share our podcast. See you back next time.